Gurmesh Singh is a member of the New South Wales Legislative Assembly representing Coffs Harbour for the Nationals, elected to the New South Wales Parliament in March 2019, a third-generation Coffs local, a fourth-generation Indian-Australian farmer. He's worked in various industries from digital marketing to design as well as agriculture, including, like many in the Coffs region, the banana industry. He was appointed the Parliamentary Secretary to the Deputy Premier and Regional Jobs and Investment in December last year, and recently appointed as the Shadow Minister for Emergency Services, Tourism and the North Coast. He's an amateur cyclist and was last seen at our conference hugging the Minister in the front row. Delighted to have him here at the conference as well. Please put your hands together and welcome Gurmesh Singh MP.
Very, very amateur cyclists. Look, it's great to be here this morning. Good morning, everybody. I just want to start off by thanking Uncle Warren for the welcome to country. Where is he? I can't see him. Anyway, look, it's great to be here today, and I'll begin by acknowledging the Minister for Emergency Services, my good friend Jihad Dib. Look, I was going to spend my whole speech bagging him, but I guess I have to say nice things about him now. But I do want to see that mullet come back. Can you still grow a mullet, or are you a bit? Yeah, not that I can talk. But look, he is right. When I became his shadow minister, I sat down with him, and we were friends before we were opposites. And I said to him, look, well, we both said to each other, there's no point in us just spending all of our time and energy bagging each other. We are going to agree on 95%. And certainly one thing that we both agree on is that, protecting and working for our emergency services, particularly our volunteers, is the most important thing that we need to do first. Yes, there'll be some policy things around the edges that we'll disagree on, but it's pretty boring when we're in furious agreement 95% of the time. But look, Jihad's a great minister. He's a great man. And I know one thing about him is that his word is his bond, unlike most politicians, and a handshake's enough with him. And I really appreciate his words that he said today, but also the work he does in Parliament as well. I want to acknowledge the RFS Deputy Commissioner, Peter McKechnie. I think the last time I saw you were in Coffs Harbour watching a helicopter do some training. I had my 4-year-old with me who was very impressed with the helicopter. But yeah, no, that was a great day, and that was one of the capital investments that we're able to secure for the North Coast, a rescue appliance for Coffs Harbour based permanently on the North Coast. And RFSA President from my neighbouring seat, President Scott Campbell and CEO Sandra Ellicott. Thanks for having me here today. And this gathering is more than just a group of individuals. It's a testament to the spirit of sacrifice, unity, community, and the spirit of volunteering, which I think is quite it's not uniquely Australian, but one thing we do differently in Australia is that we do rely on our volunteers for not only for our RFS, but simple things like even our tourism industry relies on volunteering when it comes to our surf lifesavers. A lot of other places in the world would have professional lifeguards guarding the beaches. I know in America it's all professional lifeguards, but here in Australia we rely on volunteers there for our SES, marine rescue. So many of our emergency services, the backbone of our society, are our volunteers. And across New South Wales, I know 75,000 citizens stand tall as members of the RFS. You sacrifice your time, your energy, often your own physical comfort to contribute to the world's largest firefighting force. I know your passion and dedication defending our communities from fires, natural disasters, and emergency situations are unparalleled. Each member's commitment contributes significantly to the robust and selfless culture that's been built and nurtured over a number of years. And that's not just the RFS. I know the RFSA and individual brigades help build that culture as well. And I extend my gratitude to each and every one of you. And our thoughts and prayers are, look, not only with us here today, as the Minister mentioned, we're joined in spirit by 30 of our RFS colleagues who are currently, I think they would have arrived by now on the other side of the world, in Canada, helping with their forest fires over there, joined by members of other agencies as well as other people from around Australia and New Zealand. To the RFSA, I extend my thanks for inviting me here today. I'm humbled by your confidence in inviting me here, and as I'll go into a little bit later, I'm actually an RFS member as well, so I would have loved to have come just as a member, but it's extra special to be here as the Shadow Minister. So look, our job as shadows is a little bit different to the Minister. The Minister essentially is responsible for the day-to-day, or not even the day-to-day, but like the strategic direction of the emergency services. And as a shadow, it's our job to make sure that that direction is the right direction, and we'll challenge them where we can from time to time if we think things need to be done differently. But I think so much of what happens in the RFS is driven by the membership, and I think that's one of the great aspects of the organisation. So I'm a proud RFS member myself, joined here today by my deputy captain. Where's he sitting? Sammy? There he is, front row. But look, we're a really proud brigade. We've got probably one of the longest serving RFS members in the state, who's, I think he'd be clocking up about 75 years of active service. It's Noel Bultitude, and he still turns up to call outs, and he's not at the front of the hose, but he's at the back of the hose manning the pump, and it's one more person on a call out, and he's still quite active, and that's a fantastic achievement for him. So today our goal is clear. We must ensure the safety of our members, as well as encouraging and facilitating the involvement of more younger members. So together we build a stronger, more resilient and more diverse service. And that means we'll be able to continue the proud tradition that the organisation and the communities expect. So I'm eager to work with the government, the members, the RFSA, the Rural Fire Service and other stakeholders in making sure that volunteers are protected to the same level as their paid counterparts in every way. And I think that's a very admirable goal that the RFSA has. The 2019 and 2020 bushfires, I think, still loom quite large over a lot of townships up and down the coast. I know a lot of us have friends who fought fires in that period, and I would just say PTSD is one of those, I'll call it a disease, that can strike people years down the track, and it often does. So keep an eye out on your mates, and particularly coming into this current fire season. I think in my amateur mountain biking, I ride around the bush and I see the fire, the fuel loads that we have at the moment. We could be in for a pretty bad season if the weather turns on us, which it could do, and we're expected to. The La Nina is now officially over, and I think we're coming into a mild El Nino. So potentially we could be in for a pretty bad fire season. So keep an eye on your mates, look after each other, and look, in closing, I'll just say that, look, your commitment, your courage, your dedication is truly inspiring. And again, thank you for having me here today.